Hello and welcome to the video on Google Chrome. First thing that we're going to do is we're going to minimize the Chrome application. That will bring us to the actual Chromebook desktop. In the desktop, we have our shelf, which has some applications on it, as well as our app launcher. So if I click on that, it'll bring me into my apps. This is also where I will retrieve my web store. I can sign out, which I should do every day, and log completely off and shut down my computer. The number 2 tells me, in the circle tells me I have 2 notifications for Chrome, and they're going to be up here. I can clear them as soon as I'm done. I also have my Wi-Fi status. So if I click on that Wi-Fi, it's going to tell me what I'm connected to. I can turn on and off my Bluetooth. I have accessibility, which means that I can change the select to speech, some dictation, and different things like that. I can turn that on and off, and I can do that. Screen magnifier, dock magnifier. So there's a lot of things you can do. It has my battery life here, as well as the time. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go into the app launcher. And we are going to take a look at some of these apps that are currently on our computer. In order to get these apps down here on the shelf, what I can do is I can right click on it and I can pin it to shelf. What that does is it allows me to have more applications for easy access right at my fingertips, right on my shelf. If I want to remove it off my shelf, I right-click it on the shelf and choose Unpin. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to navigate into the web store. The web store will automatically open up in Google Chrome and take you directly to the Unit 5 Chrome web store. You will see that you are logged in over here on the upper right-hand corner with your My Unit 5 account. You can download any of these extensions and apps as long as they are in the Unit 5 library. If they are not in the Unit 5 library, students will not be able to download them. They have to be approved apps and extensions. When you get those approved apps and extensions loaded, up here as the extension bar, you can move apps or extensions around so you can put them in any order that you want. And in the apps, you will be able to pin those to the shelf depending on which ones you are going to be working with most often. Now, I really like files pinned to the shelf. The reason for that is because when I click on files, it's going to bring up all of the information within my Chromebook. So even though I have a Google Drive and the Chromebook is connected to my Google Drive, when I download something, a picture or a PDF, sometimes it will go into your downloads. If that happens, having that files menu right here on your shelf is going to be very helpful. All right, so what is the difference between an extension and an app? An app will always be housed from the launcher here. I can simply pin any program to that shelf from an app. An extension is merely an extension of Google Chrome and allows me more flexibility and more options within Google Chrome when I have its extension. So now that we have our Google Chrome open, what we are going to do is we are going to navigate to a new tab. Within the new tab, what we can do is we can click on our picture, and that picture is probably a picture that you use when you first logged into Google Chrome. You can click on the picture, and you can click on the little camera, and you can change that picture to a picture of yourself, your school picture from last year, Or if you download the Bitmoji extension, you can log in and use the Bitmoji to put down your picture there. When you have a picture there and you have your camera off during meetings, that picture will be seen. Startup pages. There are times when we want to navigate to certain pages. So when we do that, we have to have those pages open. My two favorites for students are Google Classroom and Google Drive, because you are in these an enormous amount of time. So having these two up on a clean Google Chrome sheet with no other tabs open, we will then navigate over to the three little dots, which is going to allow me a menu when I click on it. I want to go in to the settings menu. From the settings menu, I would like to go down to where it says Startup. So on Startup, because I have Google Classroom and Google Drive already there, I'm going to click and say Use Current. So this pulled up the other ones that I wanted, that I had on there, but I don't want those. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply remove those out of those startups. I only want these two. Now I have that startup. I don't have to save because Google always saves for me, so I'm good on that. The next thing that we might have to do, our computer sometimes gets bogged down, and there's two reasons for that. One, we haven't shut it down and logged off in a long time, or it's getting cluttered with a bunch of cache and cookies, and not the ones that have crumbs. So what we're going to do is we're going to scroll up until we find where it says Privacy and Security. We're going to click on where it says Clear Browsing Data. In the basics, we're going to make sure that our cookies and our cache are checked, and the time range is from all time. What this will do is it'll take out those little cookies and all that cache that kind of has stored up from all the different websites you've navigated to, and it's going to remove it all so you are running with a clean slate. So I'm going to click Clear Data, and there you go. Now I should sign out and log completely off, shut the computer completely down, and then re-log in. And it should begin to run a lot better. Now, the other thing that we could do is sometimes I want to have specific places to go on my bookmarks bar. And right here where it says homework page, that area, that white area is called your bookmarks bar. That bar. Okay, so I'm going to navigate here to academics. And in academics, I am going to go to, oops, I've got an important message I need to see. I am going to navigate to 6-1. And in their homework, I'm going to click on homework assignments. And this is going to be my homework page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this link right here, highlight it, and I'm going to drag it down to right there. And what I can do then is I can right click on it, choose edit, and up here for this name, I can choose homework page 6-1. So that's my team. So I can hit save. And now I see that homework page on 6-1. Okay? You can also do that with other things, other programs your teachers may ask you to bookmark. You can definitely do that. You can also go into the Bookmarks Manager, And this is where you can actually create some folders and organize your bookmarks as well. Okay, so what we have done is we've gone through the dashboard, the apps, the extensions and app launchers. You've opened Chrome, we've changed our picture, we've done startup pages, we've done the bookmarks bar, and we've cleaned up our computer so it runs a little better. All right, if you have anything else, just let your teacher know and we can be there to help. Thanks. Have a great day.